Hey guys, alright, so just a discussion question here. Go back to the last time that you felt really, really hungry. And just how you felt and where were you and what did you end up eating? Like, what were those circumstances? And really for me, I'm thinking back to, I had an instance, it was at the beginning of this month, and I had hired someone to do my nutrition planning, and they had offered to do a meal plan for me. And they said they would have it done by this date, and, it wasn't done. Oh, and then they're like, can I have some more time? Whatever. So I didn't have any food in the house or anything like that. I hadn't eaten all day. And then I was like, okay, well, my swimming lessons end at this time, and, till then. They gone on, and they still hadn't done it. Still wasn't done, whatever. And this was, like, a mixed emotion. So it was the end of swimming lessons, and we had been doing endurance drills. I was starving. We'd been swimming back and forth through the pool, and, like, the fastest you can kind of thing. And all I had was, I think, 15 grams of oatmeal, a scoop of protein powder, and a coffee, and that was all I had had that day. So it's around 1 p.m. at this point, and I am just absolutely hungry. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll go to the grocery store, I'll get some groceries. Just kind of like frustrated at this point with this person. And so there's an emotional aspect to it as well. And I'm like, oh, so angry. So, I bought some items. I bought Quaker Minis. I had never bought these before. I ate the entire bag. I calculated it out though, and I was like, okay, 400 calories is not so bad. But I was angry at myself at this point because I'm like, well, it was like not a good choice. It was like 400 calories and there's fat in there and not enough protein, carbs, I don't feel like I'm getting the right things in my body. When I did this, I felt like I ruined everything, and I was frustrated, angry, and then the thing is, still this person hadn't done it yet. I'm still waiting and still waiting. So, this is the worst. Then I went to a different store on the way home. Go to a different grocery store where I know there's always 50% off items. And when there is a 50% off, I am the person that buys that 50% off. I am like, the store always has things. They put them on discount like super fast. So I'm like their main buyer of the 50% off stuff. I don't know. Anyways, so I go to the back, and there's the baking section or whatever, the bakery goods and stuff like that, and the 50% off. And there's this little pack of macaroons. There's about, I think, 6 or 8 macaroons. This I didn't count. And I buy these macaroons, so it was like $1 basically for this pack. It's there 50% off. And I go home, and I have them open as I'm driving, and I'm just frustrated at this point, and there's like emotions in here, as I mentioned, and there's hunger. I am still at this point very hungry, and I just bite into the macaroon, and then I'm like, okay, try another one, bite. So what ended up happening is that I bit into each macaroon and threw it out the window. So I got a taste of it. In total, I think I tracked it as that I ate 3 macaroons. So I still tracked it and everything like that. And I still put it in there. But yeah, it was just kind of, I was very frustrated and very disappointed with myself because I had done so well. And then it was kind of like, for me, it was, I think the emotional aspect of it was that I went ahead and I made a decision to give up control to someone, and that person let me down. So then it was triggered like a hunger eating, which it turned into like an emotional eating, which is where I think the macaroons and everything came into it. Because it's like, now I'm eating because I'm upset and I'm disappointed, and I just feel like everything is lost at this point. And yeah, I was just like, oh, why did I do this? And I feel like I've ruined the entire day based around that, and I was super sad about it. Yeah. Anyways, so that is the last time that I remember feeling hungry, like really, really hungry. And what it came down to was planning. So, I mean, it's bad to say this, but it's like when I relied on someone else to have something done on the time that they said they were going to do it. And because of that, I didn't plan or anything or have any idea what to do. And the truth is, like, had I not gone ahead and done that, I would have been better off. So it's terrible to say. Don't trust other people because they have no, like, in the end, it's your life and it's what you're going to do. But anyways, yeah, so really what it was planning and not having options and waiting on someone. And okay, so what I was feeling right after the swimming lessons then, it was internal hunger. So I had gone a while without eating and I was absolutely famished. My body had used like its energy sources and I was just hungry. I would eat anything at this point just to keep me going. But what it led to after was that it triggered an external hunger in me. And it was more of eating emotionally, and I was looking for something specific and something that I wanted, which was the macaroons. So that was kind of that external hunger. So what did I learn from this experience, really? Was that, one, I don't need to rely on someone else because they're not going to be the one doing the work for me, and it really doesn't impact them whether or not it gets done at the end of the day. Who's impacting is me. So I need to be in control of that, and I need to take control because they're not going to be as reliable as you will be towards yourself. And the other thing is preparation. So it's really important that you prepare everything. So having veggies cooked up. So, not cooked up. I hate cooked veggies. Having veggies done. So something that you can have is, twice a week, chop up fresh veggies so that you have them available to you. Because they're a good thing. And it's like internal hunger is you will eat anything to satisfy internal hunger. Unlike external hunger where you're going to be very specific about it. So if you're going to have veggies, that's a lot of volume that you're getting to at lower calories. You're not sabotaging your diet. It's not the end of the world. And that is something where I think that Weight Watchers has done it right, is like having those 0 point smart foods and stuff like that. And the other thing too is I find deli meats are a very good, like, quick thing. So something that I found in the past was just going to the store if you're hungry and buying a package of deli meat. As you can get like the chicken breast or whatever like that. And then just eating that too is a good thing, and it keeps you full very long. Keeps you full for a long time, and you've got your protein and everything like that in there, and it's an easy, quick go-to, and it's pretty cost effective as well. It's not super expensive, and yeah, I mean, it's better than eating a bag of chips, right, or something like that. So I think it's a good option as well. And if you go into Walmart in the grocery section, they have a lot of like the fruits and stuff like that are cut up and ready for you, as well as like protein packs and stuff. You got to be careful with the protein packs or whatever they are. They have like cheeses and things like that in there. They're usually higher in fat than they are in protein, so it's just being careful with that. I mean, people think like they can put a boiled egg in there and call it protein. So, I mean, to me, an egg is really more of a healthy fat than it is a protein, but I digress. That has nothing to do with this topic. The topic is being prepared. So, yeah, make sure your meal prep game is on point. So, something I love is the Instant Pot. I can cook a chicken in 10 minutes. I can cook potatoes in 10 minutes. And then, yeah, during that time, so that's 20 minutes, basically, for meal prep right there. And then during that time, I chop up my fresh veggies. It's perfect and you buy like a package of pre-washed spinach, you're pretty much set for the week right there. You don't need much else other than that. So I would say, yeah, it's just, it comes down to preparation and planning and knowing like when you're gonna eat and what you're gonna eat. And really, I think that is more of it than anything else. And as I said, I wouldn't rely on someone else to do that for you because they're not going to prep your meals or anything like that. I know in the city there are options that you can actually buy, like the pre-made meals and pre-prepped and stuff like that. Like they have those for fitness and stuff. There's not as many options around here in the country, unfortunately, so it doesn't really work. But yeah, that's what I have to say. Just having it prepped. And the other thing that I know is Fridays I go to work early. I don't get out of bed until the last minute. I'm not going to lie. I'm not making time for breakfast. I'm not going to heat breakfast up at work. I'm grabbing a protein bar. So I know that I have that quick go-to option too. And I know like I'm going to factor that into my day as well. And I'm going to plan around that. Because protein bars, usually I find like when you have a protein bar, your fat tends to be higher. So you've got to lower your fat in other meals as a result. So just making sure that that works and still making it work in your macros. And just, I think that part comes down to knowing what are you going to eat, when are you going to eat it, and why, sort of thing. And knowing your own schedule. And that is another thing. People don't know your schedule when they're making up plans for you. So that is something to be cautious of. Because, yeah, I mean, in the end, you've got to do what works for you. And I learned the hard way is that I know myself better than anyone else. And I know what I've got going on. And I know that I'm reliable. I'm reliable on myself. I'm reliable to others. And that is just something that I value. So I think for me, that was where a lot of the disappointment and that, like, you know, just the whole trigger and the spiral and stuff like that came from.